Hi, I decided to do something a little bit different. Instead of just sending out an email with my intention to sit for the center director position, I decided to shoot a video so that you could actually see me and see my eyes and see what I look like. My name is Matt Kelly. My animal name is Whiteface Horse. I initiated in May of 2008. And I currently serve as the finance chair on the New Mexico Council. My warrior resume includes 8 staffings. I'm on the leader track. My mentor is Jeff Keith from the Colorado Center. And I've attended LT2, BSDT, interpersonal leadership training with Jim Mitchell. I have led 3 pits, attended 2 pits, and I just love this work. It's been the most powerful thing that I've ever done for myself, and it really fuels my my desire to serve and to give. And quite frankly, I get as much as I give. I've given this a lot of thought about sitting to become center director, to state my intention for that, and to move forward. I went through a local hot seat process in Durango. I live in Durango, Colorado, and selected a group of men from our community, a diverse group of men from our community, to hot seat me, and that was on December 14th, and I received their blessing to move forward. The shadow for me, the shadow that I wrestle with most, is that I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, and the source of that is that I'm dyslexic. I grew up dyslexic. Took me a long time to learn how to read. I always struggled in school all the way till after graduating high school, and just always felt stupid and not enough. And the compensatory mechanism for me, the way I compensate for that, is by doing. And that's what I'm going to need you to look out for me. Am I doing too much? Am I doing just for the sake of doing, to try and prove my worth? And I wrestle with this balance all the time. And one of the great questions that was asked of me is, do you have time to be center director? And the answer is yes. I'm fortunate enough that I'm self-employed. Got a lot going on with that, but I've managed to carve out Tuesdays in my schedule that I can devote almost exclusively to work with nonprofits. I'm involved with the dyslexic school that my son goes to, helps fulfill my mission, and with MKP. My mission is I inspire a world of possibility by telling the truth and empowering. And that's what you're going to get from me if I receive your blessing to become center director, is you're going to get the truth. And of course that truth is filtered through my lens. But I'm going to dig, and I'm going to help us dig to figure out what the truth is. Because I believe that as an organization, as a community of men, we are powerful beyond belief. And I don't think we've even begun to tap that. I don't believe it about myself, and I don't believe it about you, and I don't believe it about us as a community. And I believe that we have the potential to tap into more within ourselves, more within our community, and more within myself. And quite frankly, what we've been doing hasn't been working. It hasn't been working locally, and it hasn't been working nationally, and it hasn't been working globally. And we canceled our training in September, and we barely had enough men to staff it, and we didn't get the number of initiates that we needed. and yet there's bright spots within our community. There's the men who pulled together the gathering in the fall just because they wanted to get together. There's this gathering that's coming up, the face-to-face, and there's great I-groups out there. And we have a need for change as well. There's lots of areas for improvement. And so that's what we're faced with as a community all across the world. It's all the same for MKP. And I know that we're coming up to some really important decisions for us as a center and how we're going to interact with MKP USA, MKP International, and those are important things that we're going to have to continue to address. And it's not going to be a one-time decision either. It's going to be something that we have to address over and over and over again as we move forward with whatever our choices are, because things aren't going to stay the same. Change is going to be a constant for us, and it needs to be a constant because it's going to be our growing edge. One thing that I know for sure is that our goals that we set for ourselves can't be greater than the amount of energy that we have available. Our goals must equal our energy available. And I know that by doing positive action, we can increase the amount of energy that we have as a community. By my estimation, we've initiated over 500 men in the New Mexico community. And only a small percentage of those, maybe 20%, are actively involved in I-groups and our community. And we have to continually evolve and start evolving as an organization to encompass and embrace as many of those men as possible beyond the 100 or so that are participating in our community. But even more than that, we have to begin to do what we can to impact the world in a greater way. That means involving the men that have done work through the New Warrior Training, through I-Group, through different trainings. It means in working with what we've got available. And so I think as a community, one of the main things that I've begun to see and begin to learn about myself is that we have to make sure that what we say we want to do is doable by the men that we have available. However big or small that is, we can't get those two out of balance, or it's a drain of the energy. And that's one of the things that I've been seeing going on in our community, is that we've been leaking energy. And I think it's because we have so much passion around our goals. I know I do. And yet we don't necessarily always have the right amount of energy to pull that off. And so men get burned out, men leave. It's affecting us greatly, and I think that's one of the biggest things that we're going to have to address. And I don't think it's a coincidence that my shadow of doing is what I need to hold out in front of me. And I no doubt this is something that I'm also seeing in the community, because I see it in myself, and it may or may not be there, but it's my belief that it is, and I know that what we've been doing hasn't been working as well as it could. And it's time for us to come together like we will be at the face-to-face and begin to revitalize that energy. And I'm deeply honored that my community gave me their blessing to move forward and sit for the center director hot seat in front of the leader body. And I know that I'm simply going to give all that I can to helping us as a community organize and succeed, because this work has changed my life, and I want to pass it on for generations to come. And we have to be good stewards of our resources, our energy, and that's what's going to allow us to do that. So thanks for letting me take a few minutes of your time to tell you about myself a little bit and my intention around sitting for center director. Thanks.